Hi, do you like slime molds? Are you interested in learning more about them and the different kinds that exist? Maybe you want to look for some in your area. Well, there's two ways of doing it. There's the hard way or the easy way. You can go into nature and collect them yourself. I have a video here where I do exactly that. Or you can use the moist chamber method, which takes longer, but it's a lot easier if you don't want to look for hours in nature to find something. And it's also pretty cheap to do at home, so if you have kids, it's also pretty fun. The things you need is basically a container. Here I'm using some large petri dishes. You can use any container, but a transparent one is, of course, better to see what's going on inside. You need some paper towel or some paper, pretty cheap and easy to find stuff. And finally, the most important thing is you need to get some material. So these are like bark and lichen, stuff that I've collected outside. You still have to go outside to get something, but it takes literally minutes to do so, especially if you live near a forest. I already have some material from the previous videos where I actually searched for them. I also collected material. So yeah, this is pretty much what you need. So yeah, let's get started. Before starting, let's just have a quick overview of the technique and how it works actually. The first thing to do is to collect some material. So, collect some lichen, some bark, leaves, anything really. So anything in nature. I would go for some bark, especially from deciduous trees like oak. The more texture and the more colorful, for example, with lichens you find, the better. It's usually better. You get more, the chance of getting something interesting is bigger. But yeah, you get the material. Then what you bring it home with you, and you get out your chambers. So this is what you would see from the side, and this is where the material will be incubated, so that then some organisms can, including slime molds, can grow. And what we will do is I'm gonna put some paper at the bottom of the vessel, and it has to be wet paper. So slime molds only grow in wet environments, so this is kind of important. The role of the paper is to provide that moisture and keep it there for long. Then you would put your material, whatever it is, in here. I recommend not mixing from different sides. I think if you, for each place that you took and for each type of material, for example, I would not mix different types of barks from different trees. I would put something, if it's from a different material in a different place, I would put it in a different container so that you can actually know where it comes from. But yeah, you would put the material, and in the first day you would add distilled water. We just need water, but using tap water might not be ideal since it could contain chlorine, which kind of kills microbes, and that's not what we want. So this distilled water is also closer to rain, so which is what wakes them up naturally in most cases. So I would use distilled water if you can, and you would dump this water. This is just a few drops. Dump the water in the material and let it soak for 24 hours. It doesn't have to be exactly 24 hours. You can also just do it overnight. Just get the material wet and really to get things started. And yeah, this is pretty much done. Then you just add the lid to keep the moisture in, and also in case you have something so it doesn't run away. And then you put it inside, for example, a shelf, just on a shelf. So this is our material on a shelf. it's better to keep it in a place with more or less ambient temperature, or you know, just indoor temperature, nothing too extreme, not too hot, not too cold, and also dark. So dark and 25°C, you know, just room temperature, and just leave it. And when I say leave it, I mean this could take months to develop. So slime molds can take from weeks to months. Most slime molds, especially the larger ones, need time to really develop and grow. So don't be surprised if it takes like 2 months to get something. But the important thing is that you check up on it regularly to know if something appears or not. That's pretty much it. So let's get started. Okay, so to start our moist chambers, I have the equipment here that I'll be using. So the chambers, some paper towel, and my samples. I already divide them by place, so I have here samples from 3 different spots. Yeah, so let's start. Let's get one Petri dish. This is what I'm using. I mean, it's just easy, cheap, and transparent, so it's pretty good. I also have a bottle here with distilled water. As I said before, it's the best to use, so if you can, use it. It's also pretty cheap to get. But yeah, so the first thing we want to do is to get some paper, just some paper towels. And what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna fold it so we have a bit more thickness. The more thickness we have, since this is gonna be our water reservoir, the more thickness we have, the longer it will stay wet, so less maintenance. So yeah, here I have just a square, and I mean, since this is like a round shape, it's pretty easy to deal with. I mean, I just get some scissors, and yeah, I just cut it around more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just kind of follow just enough so it can easily slide into the chamber. So here I'm using about 2 paper towels, just folded on each other. Yeah, so here we have it, just the cutout of the form. I use the lid, but yeah. So now I can just go here into the chamber, and I use the lid because since the lid is of course slightly larger, I think it gives like a snug fit, and it also gives you a bit of wall. So just really get as much you know, paper as possible. You see here, the walls are also, it's not going completely to the top, but yeah, just it grabs the walls, so you get a bit more surface. So yeah, this is already pretty nice. I'm just gonna pre-wet it with a little bit of water. I mean, here I'm using a pipette, the plastic pipette, but yeah, you don't need something fancy, just to have a bit more control. I'm just gonna add a little bit of water just to moisten it. I'm not adding the total water yet. Yeah, you can go in with your hands now and just get it a bit more, you know, tidy everything up, put it all in position. Now that it's wet, it kind of holds on a bit better to the plastic. Hope you can see how it looks. Yeah. Push the sides to stick to the wall. Yeah, it's already slightly moist, so yeah, you can still close the lid. You see, this is how it looks with the lid on. Yeah, I might leave some resources in the description if you want to use some of the material. Okay, so now we have our prepared chamber. So let's get some material. Here I have some lichen that I collected from the second video of me searching for slime molds. If you want to look into that, I think you should check it out. It's pretty nice, pretty cool. Yeah, so here I have the lichen. I'll just get it out. So I also have some tweezers, but you can use your hands. It's just a bit more hygienic, I guess, a bit cleaner. But yeah, you can see here the piece of moss. This is moss and lichen and bark all together. Lichen is pretty good as a source of you know, slime molds, because it has a lot of surface area, a lot of crevices where the spores go, and also it already has, let's say, food in it, you know, the lichen itself, so it's already a pretty cool starting material. I would say you would get the best chance with this type of stuff, so if you can find it, go ahead. But yeah, so a lot of textures and a lot of different things going on, also a little bit of bark. Yeah, so I just gonna put it here. See, just on the surface. Of course, make sure you can still close the lid, but yeah, it's fine. Looking pretty nice. For you to keep track of your, you know, things, you know, this looks pretty easy to identify, but once you have a lot of them, you might not be so sure. So I would just add, like, to the lid, like just a number. For example, 1. See here? Probably hard to see. You can see here. Just a 1. Just something. Just so you remember. You can then put it like in an Excel sheet, like a list of your places and what you added to them. That's, I guess you can do it on your own. And yeah, I would say just dump a little bit of water. Try to really soak it. So getting it really wet. Yeah, so like that. So it's like almost like a pool. I don't have water until the top, but it's almost like that. So it's like a little pool. Like, really get it wet. So yeah, you do it like this, and so it soaks. I'm actually gonna add a little bit more, but you want to add enough so it all soaks up, so all the spore that might not be awake yet gets a chance to really hydrate and, you know, start moving around. Remember, water is life. Now it's almost done. We have to leave it overnight and then kind of strain this excess water, and that's pretty much done. I'm just gonna put this one to the side and start with the next ones.
Next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
Okay, so now we just have to drain it and we're pretty much done. So I have just a small container here just to put the water, and you can do this wherever you want, however you want, but the easiest way in my opinion is just to do this. Just drain it like this. So I'm using the cap as like a filter. Yeah. You see? As you can see, it's very wet, but now it's not like soaking. We don't want soaking. We already did that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll just do that with all of them. So after soaking, I was draining the liquid, and already this is basically 24 hours since we've started. So this is the number 7, and while I was draining it, look what I found. That's crazy. I was not expecting that. So the first slime mold in about less than 24 hours. This is pretty amazing. Like black to gray in color. Very nicely ramified. Yeah. Amazing. So it's already working, I guess. This is already a proof that it's working. I mean, this was less than 24 hours.
Peter, the horse is here.
So this is chamber number 4. And I think this is the second slime mold. This one appears to be yellow or yellowish. I don't know how well you can see. It looks like it's going between these two pieces of bark. I think you can see the channel pretty well. But yeah, I think you can see pretty well. I think I'm gonna try to give it some oats to see if it reacts to it, if it likes it. But yeah, second slime mold. I think this is less than a week. Okay guys, so again I was checking some of the chambers, and here I have another slime mold. So this is chamber number 3. So this is like a big chunk of lichen with a bit of bark underneath. Species, I mean, a lot of slime molds have a yellow plasmodium, so this is kind of expected. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it out and try to isolate it. Okay guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, leave a like. Leave a comment if you liked something or if you didn't like something. Feedback right now is really appreciated, since I really don't know what I'm doing, especially in the editing and the sound and everything. So let me know if you have any hint or something you would like to say. But yeah, so I got about 3 slime molds in the first month, so this was the first month update. Probably says on the title, but yeah. So we got 3 species. I'm pretty sure they're different species. I haven't identified them yet, but I will eventually. So right now I'm trying to culture them, so try to keep them in cultivation and, you know, grow it, which has revealed to be not as easy as I expected. One of the species, which I think was the second one, the one that jumped to the oats, that one is quite easy and it's going quite well. But the other ones are a lot more picky and slow growing. I thought that maybe it would be interesting to make an additional video where I specifically tackle the idea of cultivating and growing or domesticate them at home. So I think I'm going to do a video on that and show some of what I'm doing now. I also have that one wild species that was kind of orange that I found in, I think, the second looking for slime molds in the wild video. Here's a picture of it. But yeah, so right now I'm trying to cultivate them. I'll probably make a video on it and make like a cultivation guide, because probably if you're watching this video you're also interested in doing that. So I think that could be very interesting. What else? Hopefully the next video that I'm releasing will be a bit different. So I'm gonna start to introduce other topics to the channel, not just slime molds. So hopefully the vegan leather video should come out, the introduction. So I'm really excited about that. I'm still filming it, but yeah. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you're a new subscriber or not yet a subscriber and would like to subscribe, go ahead. Thank you. But also, if you do subscribe, make sure you hit the all notifications bell, because if you don't, you won't be notified when I post like videos and other stuff, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say, so I think yeah, I'm gonna end it here. So see you in the next video. Bye bye.